Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. This is Mark Soderbergg from ADM Investor Services with your morning ag outlook for October the 6th. Prices here overnight were steady and a touch lower right now in corn, two-sided trade overnight, a little bit higher across the board in the soybean complex and in wheat. Yesterday, speculative traders were pretty healthy buyers in corn of about 9,000 contracts, 6,000 contracts in Chicago wheat, and a couple thousand contracts each for soybeans and soybean meal, while they were net sellers of about 3,500 contracts in bean oil. D's corn was finally able to break above its 50-day moving average resistance yesterday for the first time since late July, as prices raced towards that $5 figure. Next resistance comes in at the 100-day moving average at 5.11 and a quarter. Open interest yesterday did drop a bit on the rally. Corn was down about 8,000 contracts, nearly 7,000 in Chicago wheat. There are modest increases in Kansas City wheat and in the soybean complex. Corn exports for the month of August yesterday came out at 100 million bushels. That was just a touch below expectations and brought final sales for the 22-23 marketing year to 1.658 billion. That's down 7 million from the current USDA estimate in September and the lowest since 2012. Bean exports in August were 63 million bushels, bringing the total to 1.995 billion. We got that up 5 million from the USDA forecast. This year's export sales yesterday were strong in corn. Year to date, we're running about 9% over the previous year versus government forecasts of up 23. Beans are down 32% versus forecasts of down 10, while wheat sales are running 13.5% below a year ago versus USDA down 8. Grain harvest in the Ukraine has reached 22%, with volume reaching 32 million metric tons. That's running well above year-ago totals. Argentina's corn plantings are up to 14%. Australia, that's coming off its driest September on record with near or record warmth across the island country. Despite the recent drone attacks in Ukraine, there reportedly are 3 additional vessels heading to Ukrainian ports here for loading out of agricultural exports. Next Thursday, the USDA will issue their corn and soybean production estimates. We look for corn production to come in just below the September forecast. We're at 15.12 billion with an average yield of 173.6. Our usage forecast is down 50 million from the USDA due to lower exports. So our carryout number is 2.165 billion. In beans, we're actually just a touch above the September estimate from the USDA at 4.155 billion, average yield there of 50.2. We have the same usage figures as the USDA at just over 4.2 billion. However, we do look for a 40 million bushel shift away from the exports and into crush in order to support the surge in renewable diesel production. U.S. jobs report today at 7:30. Should be a pretty good harvest weekend across much of the Midwest, despite the recent rains. We'll see if we can extend yesterday's rally a bit here. For November beans, which we are higher, really don't see much resistance until we hit the 100-day moving average. That comes in just at 1308.5. Another higher close here today in wheat, I think, could very well confirm a near-term low as market's attention starts to shift to declining production globally. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend.